The stomach bug has hit our house. Caffeine is necessary. Yes, that is my comforter. I will explain everything. I've got all of my disinfectants right here. My husband and I are running on very little sleep, and we're gonna go ahead and full-blown deep clean disinfect this house. And I mean carpets, couch, the whole 9 yards.
The first thing you actually see is us brushing Hunter. No, I would not consider this part of a fall clean, but it is part of a fall deep clean when you're also doing a full-blown sick day clean, because I'm actually going to tell you the story and I'm going to give you the details. So on the night that you're seeing this is Saturday morning. Well, the night before was when Gwen's sickness kicked in. She got sick Friday night right around like 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m. I had to leave to go to the football game for the high school because it was homecoming night. We already had our tickets. So Connor stayed home with Gwen because she was sick. I took Declan. He's never been to a football game before, so that was a lot of fun. And my mom and I went with Declan to the homecoming football game, and I was keeping tabs the whole time on Gwen. Well, once we got there, about 20 minutes into being there, I got a text from my husband that Gwen threw up again, and this time it was on the dog. Yep, she threw up on Hunter. So then he texted me telling me that he went to go make bath water for Hunter, and Mako, you know how his love of the tub, he thought the bath water was for him. So he jumped on in. So Connor ended up having to bathe both dogs and then clean the bathroom down because Hunter's hair gets everywhere. So my husband was just living it up, taking care of the dogs and the house and sick Gwen. And we thought that was going to be the end of it. That's why we did all this cleaning on Saturday. But boy, were we certainly wrong. And I'll go more over that in a minute. But since I'm calling this a fall deep clean because that's exactly what it turned into, I do want to discuss a little bit of the actual cleaning part of it first. You're going to be able to see what I'm doing and what products I'm using. Like that OxyClean right there is my favorite carpet cleaner and upholstery cleaner. I use it for my couch, my throw rugs, my chairs, all of that. Just like this is my steam cleaner. It's for floors, but also upholstery. So I don't have to worry about my little green machine or anything like that anymore because I have this 2-in-1. Why not use it for what it's good for? This thing is fantastic. And my couch, it takes me no time at all. I get the entire thing clean and it looks so good. I have not done this in months to my couch and I needed it. The color of the water that you're going to see being dumped out of these buckets is so gross. And the amount of buckets that keeps getting dumped, we even mop the walls. Like my husband went full blown, get this house completely scrubbed down. And even the bucket from the walls, we did 2 different buckets and they were both disgusting. And I do thoroughly deep clean this house on a regular basis. So I was just appalled by seeing the actual color. And you're going to see that as this video goes. But that is the cleaner that we're going to use on the couch and all of the carpets. And then I've got my O-Cedar mop that's going to be used on the floors. Everything else was done with a disinfecting cleaner. It's Pine Sol, but it's Target's version. We ran out of the real Pine Sol. You're going to see that too. So we're just using the Target's version. It is the exact same antibacterial properties and everything. I've checked them side by side with the Pine Sol and it is the same. And our battery on our stick vac is going really bad. So this is our old vacuum that we've had for years. My husband went to go use it and turn it on and it was so full of dust and so gross from being in our garage. So we actually had to clean this down all the way and let it dry a little bit before we could do more vacuuming. This is the rug that usually lives by my kitchen sink. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's try and clean it with this little machine. It came out beautifully. It still looks a little dirty in the places where the cat claws have dug in there and exposed the color underneath. But otherwise, the white is actually like really glowing and beautiful again. I'm so happy with that. Now, getting back to the kids being sick. Oh, I'm sorry. And one more thing when it comes to cleaning, top to bottom. Do everything from top down. So do your ceiling fans, your walls, all that first, and leave your floors for last. You're going to see it go a little chaotic on this video, and that's because we did not have intentions on doing this full-blown spring clean or fall clean, but it turned into that anyways. So just top down, and keep that in mind when you're cleaning. But when it came to the sickness, this was Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. We were still doing fine. We took our daughter to homecoming on Saturday night. She was fine. We were fine. Everything was good. As soon as she got home, about an hour and a half later, Aiden, my second oldest son, he called me on the phone from the other bathroom, telling me, Mom, come quick. He was throwing up. And then about 45 minutes after that, my husband starts throwing up. And all of maybe 4 hours after that, Declan started, and I had started the fever and the other gross parts of it too. So it hit all of us in just a matter of a few hours as soon as we got home from the homecoming dance with our daughter. It was one of the most crazy weekends that we've had and the worst sickness we've had.
I was planning on doing a fall deep clean eventually, just not yet. Well, apparently I am, and that is exactly what this is. You can hear my husband, he's still got the carpet cleaner going. That's the first room, is my bedroom. Then we're gonna move out here into the living room and then keep going, possibly into the kids' rooms, we don't know yet. This morning, Gwen seems to be feeling a little bit better, and she lost a tooth. We've been waiting for her to lose for the last week. It's just been wiggling there. I hate loose teeth. But she lost it this morning. I'm just glad she didn't lose it last night while she was constantly getting sick. So she's excited. She lost a tooth in the midst of all this.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
You're seeing this video on Wednesday, so today while I'm voiceovering is Tuesday. Yesterday was when I posted the Italian penicillin short, and first thing, I want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for wishing our family well through all of the sickness. We are on the mend. A few of us still are a little further than others. My husband, he's still pretty bad. Gwen, she started it, but she still won the bad ones too. Tristan missed it entirely, which I'm grateful for, and I was one of the least affected. So that helps a lot. I was still able to take care of my family, but it did put me down all day Sunday. There was no moving around, and half the day yesterday, making that soup, that was the most effort I had. My house is an entire wreck. I don't even want to begin with it right now. I'm making sure I get this up, then I'll deal with that. But the flip-flops that just got pulled out from under that table, funny story. You saw me clean out from under that table about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. I thought there was no way when I could not find my flip-flops that they'd be pushed under there. No, the kids pushed them under there the day after I cleaned it. So I didn't even look under there, and I've been missing those flip-flops for about a week. Go figure, my kids pushed them under there. Doesn't really surprise me that much. Now, with this carpet cleaner, you see me pulling up these pieces of dog hair. I hate that feature, but I'm going to say it's also a good feature about this carpet cleaner because we vacuum this rug constantly, and you saw my husband vacuum it right before he did the carpet cleaner. But yet this machine is still pulling up extra dog hair and cat hair that even my vacuum wasn't getting. So I'm going to call that a bonus feature and say that it's a great thing, although I really hate picking up those disgusting wet piles of hair. But it's a good bonus feature. And look at the color of that water. I still cannot get over that as I'm doing all the voiceovering and editing today. Just the disgusting color of all the water in my house. It was absolutely just, ugh. This morning I got up and I started working on my house from the aftermath over the last several days. Sunday, my house was completely inebriated. Nobody was doing anything except for self-care, as well as yesterday on Monday. We were all just laid up the majority of the day. I made soup. That was about it. So my kitchen this morning had stuff all over it. It had dishes. It had a dishwasher that needed to be emptied. I still had laundry that needed to be done. I have a fresh load of towels in there right now. The living room, because we had Declan and Gwen sleeping in the living room so we can keep an eye on them. And then the other kids, I was just this morning with the small burst of energy that I had, I cleaned up the kitchen, I cleaned up the living room, I went through and did a small little disinfect again. I didn't even think to grab the camera. I probably should have. But aside from just juice boxes and applesauce pouches and a buttload of just dishes from soup and Jell-O and tissues and all kinds of stuff like that sitting everywhere, it just looked like a normal real mess after a sick day, and actually 2 sick days in a row. But my husband, he has me laughing this entire video because we were both sitting there, we're like, yeah, we're going to kick this thing in the butt. We're going to get all this disinfecting done. We're going to make this house perfectly sanitary, and there's going to be nothing. It's just going to be Gwen, and everything's going to be great. And we both, this is Saturday, probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon at this point that you're watching us right here. And we were still so sure it was just going to be Gwen and that we weren't going to be phased at all. And by less than 12 hours later, my husband was one of the worst ones in the house. That's how bad it hit. I had a raging fever 12 hours after this point. And right here, we both look perfectly fine. That's the crazy part about this sickness, is everybody just dropped like flies out of nowhere with no sign, no warning, no, you know how when you feel like you're going to get sick, you just start to get that little feeling ahead of time. No, this comes with none of that. So if your kids are in elementary school and they start bringing home some stuff, beware of this one, because this one is nasty. I'm still beyond grateful for the timing of this one though, because Gwen had this on Friday night while Brianna was still able to go to her homecoming football game, do her dancing, all of that with her friends. Saturday, I was still able to get her ready, get her off to the homecoming dance. She was fine for the homecoming dance and everything. And then it all hit overnight between Saturday night and Sunday morning, including Brianna. She didn't get hit till like 4 or 5 a.m. on Sunday. So I'm just really grateful that it worked out that way. And I mean, I don't know how many people could have actually already been exposed because of Gwen, and they share a room, Brianna and Gwen. And I'm really sorry if anybody else gets sick off of this, but I'm just truly, truly grateful that nothing with homecoming weekend was messed up for Brianna with this horrible sickness.
We had to pause all the deep cleaning, and I have my face and makeup done just a little bit because we had to go take Brianna to go take photographs in her homecoming outfit. I had to curl her hair, get her all ready to go, and then we just got back from dropping her with a friend for photos, and then they're going to go to the dance. So now we're back home. We saw the little water on the ground. That lets us know that we have a problem with our AC, so we're going to check on that real fast. And then back to more deep cleaning.
First time I ever saw you, I fell in love when you entered the room. And when the light hit your face,
it never fails to amaze me that when we're working on one thing, something else will need our attention. And sure enough, our AC decided today we're already busting our butt deep cleaning. Let's go ahead and need a little maintenance ourselves. But it works and it fits, even though I'm a little angry that my filter looked as dirty as it did. And we just replaced it on October 1st. And we even bought the better ones because my allergies have been out of control. And that thing was that nasty. So I don't really know exactly what's going on there. But I did want to keep a lot of footage of Mako with the mop, even though I was trying to show the wet tile and, the actual getting clean of the tile. And the dog just completely blocks it all. But that boy and his mop, I have to include him whenever we do this.
I will keep loving you as long as my heart's beating. Oh, hold me close. Promise you won't let go. I'm nothing without you. I don't know what I would do without you. You are the one I choose. I wanna grow old with you. I'm nothing without you. I don't know what I would do without you. Even though years have gone by, I'm still in love with the way that you smile.
I came into the girls' room because Connor's watching Spider-Man with Declan. He's never seen it. So while Gwen's at homecoming and the older boys don't want to watch it, he's doing Spider-Man. I'm keeping an eye on Gwen. She's doing much better, luckily. But she's in my room watching some cartoons. I need to declutter her clothes like I've been talking about because I still have all their piles of clothes on the dining room table because I haven't decluttered anything yet. So I'm in here hiding away. Their room is a mess. I'm going to help them clean it, but I'm not going to do it right now. But Gwen's got a bunch of stuff in here. Like, she's had this beautiful, I love this dress. It's just so weird. But it is a size too small, and it's meant to be form-fitting, so it's basically like 2 sizes too small. But she loves it, so I left it. She's even got her cape still. This was Halloween when she was 3, and it was when she was Winifred Sanderson. She loves it. So there's certain things I keep in here that I know I shouldn't. These are Halloween jammies from last year. They don't fit her. What you doing, Ansa? Say hi. Say hello. Mwah. The movie is so loud, and I'm all the way in the girls' room, closed doors and everything, so I'm hoping you guys really don't hear that. But it's a big action scene with the Green Goblin, so I think that's the reason why it's so loud. But either way, I've got to bag up those clothes and go in Declan's room and declutter his drawers real quick. But his room is so dark with all the black furniture and then the black curtains, and it's nighttime, so I really can't film in there. It's just way too dark at night especially. But his clothes, his dresser is just like this one, but again, it's a dark color and it's closed in his closet, so it's very hard to show you that. But I'm going to do the same decluttering in there, jammies, shirts, and bottoms that I just did in here anyways. Bag that all up and donate away. I'm exhausted. Connor is exhausted. It was a very long night last night dealing with Gwen, and I mean, she's luckily feeling better. Yes, my little wee. He turns in such a snuggle bug at night. I absolutely love that about his personality. So he's trying to go get me to go somewhere so I could scratch him and he can lay down and take a nap. So that's why he's being annoying right now. But what I was saying, last night was a really long night. Today was a really long day getting this house completely disinfected. But luckily Gwen is on the mend and she has a tooth to put under her pillow for the tooth fairy, which she keeps reminding us about, and had to go show my husband again the hole right down in the front of her mouth. Just, it's adorable. But I'm just glad she's feeling better. My house is completely clean, disinfected, and ready for the weekend. And hopefully no one else catches what she had right now. Everyone seems okay, and we're gonna knock on some wood to make sure that stays that way. But thank you guys so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Got some motivation to do some very much deep cleaning around your house. That's exactly what we did today. And otherwise, I'm gonna go hang out with my family and then call it an early night. Well, actually, I can't call it an early night because I've got to go to the high school and pick up my daughter in about another 2 hours. So I can't call it an early night anyways. But again, thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. If you're new and you enjoyed it, I really hope you consider subscribing, thumbs up, all that, and I'll see you in the next one. Good night, guys.